Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Minty and this is episode 10 of my Cruiser Clash tournament. We have the Heavy Burden here facing off against the Shak's Terror. The Heavy Burden is by Xionyx and Shak's Terror is by Amime. This will be an interesting fight as the Shak's Terror has a tendency to kite its enemies to the point where their cannons can't land and their missiles can't catch it. But the Heavy Burden are lasers, so we'll see how this goes. If you want to see more in depth on either of these vehicles, I do an overview for every craft in my tournament. Those videos are in a playlist that is linked in the description. But for here, what we're here for now is the explosions, the destruction, so we're going to get right into it. So things go, those lasers go out, they're dealing their damage. Ripping blocks off, still managing to miss. They are not perfectly accurate, but they are still dealing damage. Shak's Terror is definitely taking some hits. It looks like it's losing altitude. No, it's not yet. It is down to 95%. How is it doing on distance? It is out of range again. Okay. I will keep an eye on that. Hopefully it'll be able to return to range before the timer runs out. Because the heavy burdens don't move. They just sit there. And I'm keeping an eye on things. It's got about 30 seconds to make it back in range. And I'm not sure it's going to be able to do it, seeing as how it's 4 kilometers out. It may have taken damage to its turning capabilities as well. Oh, now you deploy smoke. It's a little late there. It's a little late there, Shak's Terror. You've taken significant damage. Oh, well, you've repaired a bunch of it back. You've done a little bit of damage to the heavy burdens as well, because they are more or less stationary. Still well out of range. Keeping an eye on that clock. It's got about 10 seconds to move in to less than 2 kilometers, and it has not made it. The Shak's Terror is disqualified. That's kind of a letdown. I was hoping the heavy burdens would be able to do some damage to it, but it just ran off too fast, got out of range, and did not get back in time. And so the first victory, or the first match, is a victory for the heavy burden. It will earn 3 points for that. Let's go ahead and get this restarted. Yay! I didn't pause it that time and screw up, and yeah. Okay, so since the Shak's Terror is a broadside spawn, I will put it in first. Okay, remember to pause it. Then we come back here a kilometer. Oh, too far. There we go. And then we spawn in the heavy burden facing it. Okay, let's get up here. Let's reset the clock. And here we go, round 2. I'm going to watch that distance this time. See how this goes. It may have been battle damage that kept the Shak's Terror from turning back, and it may have lost its some of its turning capability. Those shots went wide. Shak's Terror is losing blocks. It's out of range again. So I will keep an eye on that. And the lasers do have damage fall off over distance, so even if they do hit at that range, they aren't going to do as much damage, which is probably why the Shak's Terror is healing back up, but it is really far out there. It seems it might be that the ooh, it looks like some blocks fell off the heavy burden there. Not many though. It's doing fine. It seems like the Shak's Terror relies on its enemy to close some of the distance in order to stay out of range, or stay in range, I mean. And that's just, it's not happening with these craft. It is not able to, they are not closing the distance. They are just sitting here plugging away. Ooh, and down to 84%. It probably lost its turret module again. I'm not going to bother trying to chase it down because it is out of time. It is out of range again. It has been so for more than a minute. It's even further out of range this time than it was before, likely due to battle damage. But yes, it is disqualified. And since there are no more enemies left in the fight, that means the win goes to the heavy burden here. It will earn 6 points, and the Shak's Terror will earn 2. Pretty short and sweet and quick video here, uneventful. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I wish you guys luck, and I'll see you out on the battlefield.